My girlfriend secretly tried to send my dog to a shelter because she hated the shedding. I exposed her plan and broke up. When I first started dating Sarah, everything seemed perfect. She was kind, funny, and we shared many interests. But as the months went on, I noticed one glaring issue. She and my dog Max didn't get along. Max is a 4-year-old golden retriever and my absolute best friend. He's been with me through thick and thin, and honestly, if you don't love dogs, you probably aren't my type. Sarah claimed she liked dogs but was allergic to Max's shedding. It started innocently enough. She'd complain about dog hair on her clothes, or how she couldn't sit on the couch without lint rolling first. I tried to accommodate her. I vacuumed more, brushed Max daily, and even bought one of those fancy air purifiers. But nothing seemed to make her happy. Things took a turn one weekend when Sarah stayed over while I was out running errands. When I came back, Max wasn't his usual self. He seemed anxious, pacing around the house. I figured maybe he just needed a walk, so I grabbed his leash and we went to the park. When we got back, Sarah casually mentioned she'd looked up local dog shelters. My stomach dropped. "Why were you looking up shelters?" I asked, trying to keep my tone neutral. "Oh, just out of curiosity," she said with a shrug. I thought maybe they'd have tips for dealing with shedding. Something about her answer didn't sit right with me, but I decided to let it go. For the next few days, though, Max seemed more on edge than usual, and Sarah's attitude towards him became colder. The tipping point came when I overheard Sarah on the phone while she thought I was in the shower. "Yeah, he's obsessed with that dog. But honestly, it's disgusting how much hair it sheds. I'm thinking of taking it to the shelter while he's at work next week. He'll get over it eventually." I froze. My heart was racing and I felt a mix of anger and disbelief. She was planning to get rid of Max behind my back. I didn't confront her right away. Instead, I decided to test her. The next morning, I told Sarah I had to work late and wouldn't be home until the evening. In reality, I took the day off and set up a camera in the living room, just to see what she'd do. Sure enough, around midday, Sarah came into the house with a leash and a large box, like one of those portable pet carriers. She coaxed Max over with treats, then tried to force him into the carrier. Max resisted, whining and backing away. That's when I burst in. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" I demanded. Sarah froze, her face a mix of shock and guilt. I was just trying to help. He sheds everywhere and it's ruining your house. You'll thank me later." "Help? By stealing my dog? Are you serious right now?" She started crying, playing the victim card. "I was only trying to make our lives easier. You care more about that dog than you do about me." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "You're right," I said, my voice cold. "I do care more about Max than someone who would betray my trust like this. Get out." Sarah tried to argue, but I wasn't having it. I made it clear that our relationship was over and that I wanted her gone immediately. She left, but not before throwing one last jab. "Good luck finding someone who'll put up with you and that dog." After she left, I sat on the floor with Max, hugging him as he licked my face. He didn't understand what had just happened, but I did. I had dodged a massive bullet. I blocked Sarah on everything and told mutual friends the truth about why we broke up. Some of them thought I overreacted, saying I should have given her another chance. But most of them were on my side, especially the ones who knew how much Max meant to me. It's been a few months now and Max and I are doing great. I've even started dating again, but this time I make it clear from the start. If you can't love my dog, you can't love me. Because at the end of the day, Max has been there for me through everything. And no relationship is worth losing the unconditional love of a loyal dog. Always trust your gut when something feels off, and never let anyone come between you and your furry best friend.